two specific people, Roman Abramovich,
yeah,
and Boris, help me out with the
Berezovsky.
Tell us, how did they basically become billionaires, and what did you find most fascinating about them while you were working on this book?
Right, well, these are the two main characters of the story. So Boris Berezovsky was known as the godfather of the Kremlin. He was a guy who was a mathematician, a very brilliant mathematician, but he was Jewish in a very anti-Semitic Russian society. So he wasn't allowed to go to the normal schools, he wasn't allowed to get many of the normal jobs. So what he did was he essentially, as communism fell, he worked his way into the car dealership that made Lada cars. And he built an empire essentially being a car salesman. So he had built this incredible amount of wealth. In 1994, his car, his Mercedes that he was riding in outside of his company, was blown up in an assassination attempt, and he nearly died. At that moment, he decided, I need to get into politics because there's no way to protect myself as a businessman if I don't have a political a roof. It's called a krisha. In Russian, it's this idea of a roof protecting you. And so he essentially wormed his way into Yeltsin's inner circle and became the godfather of the Kremlin. Now, Roman Abramovich, who we know now as the Chelsea soccer team, he's one of the wealthiest men in the world, was a 26-year-old entrepreneur. He was from Siberia, an orphan from the Arctic Circle, who made children's toys. He made rubber ducks and things like that, plastic toys. He was on a yacht in the Caribbean when he met Boris Berezovsky, and he pitched this idea of privatizing an oil company and creating what essentially became the second largest oil company in Russia. Berezovsky was impressed by this guy from nowhere and decided to help him out. They created a partnership. There were no contracts, there was no stocks or shares. It was a krisha and a prodigy, a mentor, and the person he was mentoring, and they built this company, and that's where it all starts. That's where the story begins. Yeah.
What fascinated you the most about these two individuals?
Well, I mean, I think first of all the fact that they were outsiders, that they came from nowhere. They were both Jewish in a society that was very much anti-Semitic, and they couldn't grow in that society from where they were. And then they became these kind of massive figures in Russia. Abramovich was the quiet one. No one ever knows anything about him. He's incredibly secretive. Berezovsky was this very loud, brash, very, people disliked him in the Kremlin. His nickname, because he had been in this explosion of his car and he had bandages all over him, they called him Smokey behind his back. So nobody liked him, but everyone couldn't, turn away from him. This partnership was amazing, and then it ended up flipping on its head later on in the story. But I don't know, I think I was just fascinated by this incredible meteoric rise to wealth that both of them had.